Maybe I should put it actually in my little camera box. So that people look at me, they see it. Alright, that's good enough. You think we look at you? I don't know what you look at. See. You're too small if it was in the video box. Alright, can float around a bit now. So, I'm just going to build one refinery because we only need 6 in total. So, the ore maybe come in from the left. And what does it need? 65 or so? Oh no, that's what it puts out. 35 in. Can you save the blueprint with... Probably not, right? Let's just see what happens. Can we... No, I don't want to do it. It'd be funny if you saved the blueprint like the ore was still remaining in the machine or something. Right, then the liquids. Six times 20. 120 water needed, so that should be easy enough. Okay. That's set, and then, yeah, the stuff coming out. The iron ingots that are going to have to go into 16 machines, which we could do super quick. Let's say, I would imagine to the right. Alright, Mark II belts for that. That's just going to be iron ref. Oh, iron ingot refinery. Ooh, I didn't give it power. Might be nice just to give it a little power line above, just to make that easier. I don't remember what that length was there. That's a very irregular amount. Sorry, I'll just do that again. It's just good to count to wall height, just in case I do put walls on this place, but I probably won't. So let's go to 24 maybe. Okay, there we go. Refinery's in position. Or not in position, but we have our first one ready. Now we just need to build 6. Because we need a bigger foundation area. So go to there. Maybe bold in all caps. Put the current stream in the camera box. That's so funny. Once did an AI limiter factory by that copper and deuterium nodes. Making my first stream. Hey, Flat Mallard. Yeah, no, I understand. It's awkward to catch the live streams. They do stay up as videos after the fact, but it ain't the same. All right, 1. Those. A tree. Cahir, a Kuig, J. That's Irish for you. Except for the dose, that was Spanish. A Hain, a Doe, a Tree, a Cahir, a Kuig, a Shay. 6. in Oskelga. How do you make floor plans so precisely? For the Update 8 series? The mixture of... I'll go into the game before the video. The reason videos take long is because it's not like I just turn the recording on and I have everything planned in my head beforehand. It's because I run around doing things and then I go, okay, let's load the save back. Now we'll do it all in one take. Make it, not to make it seem like I know what I'm doing, but to make it go faster and smoother so you guys don't have to see trial and error too much. It's to make the viewing experience better. So for instance, how do I plan factories in my Update 8 series, my new one? What I often do is I go into the game and I draw a perimeter of foundations. So I'll draw a big box around the area that I need. It's like, how do you judge how much you're going to need? Well, you look at the size of a machine. So the very simple one would be a constructor is just one foundation. It's actually slightly over a foundation, but basically one foundation. So I normally say like, okay, it's going to take a merger and splitter, the machine itself, merger and splitter, right? So I usually use the very center point there. But we can basically say that just a 3x1, well, it's really a 1x3, looking at it from this direction. A 1x3 is the space you'd need for one constructor. Let's say I do the math out and I'm like, I need 20 constructors. Well, then all I have to do is just paint out that on the foundations. Now, if I don't want to build all the foundations, I'm trying to save time, which is often the case. I'll, you know, just loosely go, okay, that's 10 foundations out that way, we'll go 10 out that way, and then we'll do 10 this way, and then just on pen and paper, I'm like, okay, 10 by 10, we've got 100 here, or, you know, but obviously the numbers are never that easy. It's like, oh, we got 23 this way and 17 down this way. Okay, it looks like there's a cliff in the way, I'm going to have to build a floor up, and so on and so forth. And then you look at machines that are more irregular, but you go, okay, considering I try to keep everything center aligned, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is now 5 foundations, and it's unfortunately, I think, 10 meters across. So a regular foundation is 8. This is why I mention these in videos. I'm like, remember, like, it's 8 meters, which means like if you were to take out a barrier, there's 8 snap points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, well, not counting the very edge, I guess. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, anyway, it is 8 meters. I don't know why that kind of gives us 9, but it's 8 meters. 8 snap points we can go across. That's the idea. It's 8 in length, if you were to put it on its side, anyway. So you then say, like, okay, well, this machine comes over. Its bounding box will start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It is 10. I don't know why everything looks 1 bigger right now, but it is normally 10. So you just scope it to be like, okay, well, 10 then. So if I know that 10 foundations are 80 meters, I know I can fit 8 of those machines in there, because they take up 10. That kind of thing. So you just work out the length of a machine, and then the length of a foundation, you work out like the space you can fit into. Black Mallard, thank you so much for such a generous super chat and their first super on a live stream. So thank you, appreciate that a lot. I'm getting ads every 5 seconds. Bro, what's happening? I don't know. It should be set to every 12 minutes, but I don't know. I don't manually run them. It's YouTube. Don't give out to me. Anyway, hopefully that helps with planning a little bit. I think on the videos after they're out, the ads should be every 20 minutes. I think is relatively okay. 390 ingots is what we needed, right? And we need 1 water extractor's worth of water. I mean, when you stream on Twitch, there is a button to run commercials. You can actually do that. I'm sure there is on YouTube. I just don't ever look it up. But on Twitch, I used to have a little button. You just click it, run an ad. And you'll see a lot of streamers, they'll be like, I'm going to the bathroom, bonk, ad. Which is quite funny. Just because it's like, I don't know. It's good. You don't want to be inundating people with ads, but the whole point of the ad is that people see it. Otherwise, you're only harming yourself running them. You'll have very low ad retention otherwise. But Twitch is really annoying. You can't turn them off, so I guess that's why people do that. There's no other alternative. One of the reasons I don't stream on Twitch anymore. Ads are like extremely intrusive on that site. I don't even watch Twitch anymore because of it. Just stopped. I really enjoy Two Angry Gamers. I think they're like really funny and decent. I just don't watch them anymore because I just don't want to use Twitch. I'd rather they just go to YouTube or something else at this point. So I have YouTube Premium, no ads. Just go there. Suppose I should foundation over here. I don't know, man. The 379LN? Huh? Is that a Kenny or a Pete in your pick? I didn't know you could see it that way. Too small to tell. Darren has a button to run commercials. I read that already. Thanks. I'm about to start making modular engines. I'm afraid how I'm going to plan that. Yeah, try to do all the planning first. Get the number of machines you'll need. And even if you just do something like put like 3 of them down in a row and say like how big is that block of foundations? And then you should be able to generally work out the space you're going to need. So what I do then is I go into the game. And as I won't take too long, don't worry. But as I mentioned, I'll get a block like this and I'll just go around. Just the perimeter. So it's like I don't have to fill the whole thing in. But I'm like, okay, would this be alright to here? Oh, I'm hitting up against a cliff. Okay, so this is how much surface area I have in here. And then I go out to the right and just keep doing that until you kind of realize like how much would be covered if I was to fill all this in. Would I fit all the machines that way? That's how I do it anyway. But, I'll be, you know, even I would make mistakes with it. There is some trial and error that goes into these things. It's very difficult to, unless you're in a completely open area, you build on the water or something, very difficult to know exactly how much space you're going to need. This is, and then you always have to give yourself extra space, like 1 or 2 foundations of lanes for belts. Might be able to fit an extractor in the river. Ooh. That weird though. Could even do it up here, right? Oh my god. Because then we won't need a pump. Oh yeah, I forgot the river's right here. That's great. Thank you for the heads up on that. I don't think I would have thought of it. Nice, we only need 1 extractor running at 100, so that's great. Thanks for the heads up. Who was that? It was Chris Stacy. Thank you. It did destroy all those trees though now, but anyway. Alright, cool. So this is going to be 390 ore. Okay, that'll be the water, so that'll be straightforward. Everything will be going out that way. All right, we're done with the first step. So I'll just go into Milanote really quickly and we'll build out the diagram for this place. Try to do it quick anyway. At least the current plan. All right, so iron ore 390 into iron ingots. Sorry if I'm blocking some of that stuff. There we go. So it's 6 refineries at 100. So I actually can't move it for any. I guess I could do this. There we go. Right, no copper is needed on that side of things anyway. I'll just get rid of this. I'll just hold that there because I'll probably have to use these graphics in a bit. So I'll just get rid of that for now. It's not part of the chain. What's actually happening? So 390 plus some water, I guess. And it's 120 water. 6 refineries, and that's going to give us, how much is it? 6 times 65, 390. Have I? Oh yeah, it is just, is it 1-to-1? Oh, we need much less. Hang on, I might be getting confused. Definitely need, I only need 360 ingots, but we're making 390. Okay, so we actually need way less ore than that. The 6 times 35 is what we need. Yeah, yeah. 210 ore. Wow. So efficient. Honestly, a Mark 1 miner is probably good enough then, geez. You save power, the lower you go. Alright. You get good revenue from premium watchers. Yeah, you get more per premium user than you do for an ad. I don't know about one ad, but I don't know the exact breakdown. I don't really look at my analytics that much, but let's just say you'll have 1,000 views on a video. It'll say like ad revenue, I don't know, $10. Let's just keep it really simple. And then it'll say premium viewers, like 200 viewers, but it'll say like, you know, premium revenue, $14. So it's like, oh, or not 14, that'd be really high. Sorry. 1,000 views. Let's just say it's $10. It's way less than that, but let's just say it's $10 for 1,000 ad views. And then for like 200 premium views, it might be like $4. So it's like, oh, you're giving me more per user, basically, for people who are premium. And they didn't get any ads. So it's always great. Great for everybody. I know it's expensive, but it's like better for the creator. The user doesn't get any ads. And you also get like a bunch of features and stuff. So everybody kind of wins. YouTube wins. The only person who doesn't win is the person who doesn't think it's good value, I guess, if you didn't enjoy it when you had it. But I've had it since before I went full time on YouTube. Anyway, it was called YouTube Red back when I had it. 2015, I want to say, something like that. So not seeing ads on YouTube is just amazing. I know some people use ad blockers, do whatever you want to do. But yeah, I've just always had YouTube Premium. I'm an iPhone user, so you don't have much control over your phone as much as an Android user. But having background play for videos, being able to download videos, not having ads on your phone, great. You know, the only subscription service I really use, to be honest. I wouldn't use any other one. Because of Rosie, we have Netflix. She watches shows on that, but I wouldn't. For the most part, anyway. Right, so this, oh yeah, sorry, I was in the Milanote, that's what I was doing. So we got that number right, so it's 210 instead, and you get 390 out. And we want this to be that kind of gray color. Right, to signify making iron. Okay, so the 320 iron. Gotta go into 200 of those ingots. Somewhere here. Are going to go into, let's get rid of that. Did I make a copy of this? This is a copy, yeah? Of Worried I didn't there for a sec. Let's rename this. So this is now the rotor and stator. Alright, so 200 ingots into 16 machines. And they're going to be making... Is it just straight up screws? Because we're doing cast screws, right? Okay. The remaining 120. Sorry, we make 390. I don't know why I put 320. We need 360. So 160 ingots are going to go into something else, which I've already forgotten. Iron rods, that's it. Yeah. That's 10 per machine. So it's again 16 constructors, I think. This will put 160 out. Okay. This will put 800 out. So the complicated thing here is splitting belts. It's not that bad though. I guess we'll just do 2 lines of 400. 8 machines on top of 8 machines. That should be okay. So I'll just for ease, I'll do this. Just so we see that's 2 different things. Whereas this line can merge up completely. Alright, cool. All good. Let's get rid of this. Straightforward. Next up, rotors. Rotors. And I believe we said 32 rotors per minute. Just want to be able to zoop machines? That's funny. Blueprinting them kind of, it feels like that a bit. We're doing the standard recipe. 32 rotors divided by 4. 32 divided by 4. It's 8 machines. Cool. These are all running at 100% to make our lives much easier for clocking and worrying about how things work. And they all go in there, yeah? I think so. What's the stat? Is that the recipe we're using? Definitely. 100 per minute, yep. 800, 8 machines, that makes sense. 160 then rods, yep, that's everything. And that's going to make 32 rotors per minute. I don't need to write rotors, do I? Just 32. Alright, so the plan will then be to get some copper and some of the other iron and make all the stators we need. And we need coal, so that's the more complicated bit. But we could do this bit first, just to get this chain up and running. Get our rotors going. And the idea is that we're going to make the electric motor. So the control rods are going to mix with these motors, rotors to make the motors. That's it, yeah. Got it. Alright, progress. I'm not really sure how to do that to-do list because it's kind of split between 2 different mini factories in a way. So this will be all fine. That'll be fine. So the iron ingots need to roll into 2 batches of 16 constructors each. So we need to make a floor down in this big open area down here. Yes, there. And just give me power. I'll leave a lot of that area because who knows. Go out a little bit more, but that's about it. There are mods that allow you to daisy chain power to machines. No. Yeah, so by default in the game, when you have... machine only has 1 power connection. You can't have 2. Lights have 2. So So the game has functionality to allow you to do that, but the designers don't want you to. This is like what we talked about yesterday when someone was saying like, oh, I wish they would let you set the rate of the belt, you know, like a smart splitter, super smart splitter that says, I want 240 going out the right, I want 300 going out the left. And my whole thing is, based on how they've designed this game, they know there's a lot of things they could do to make your life easier, and they don't do it. One of them being daisy chaining the power connectors. Like, why do I have to do this? Why can't I just connect here to here and here to there and there to there all the way down? They know, because they let you do it for lights. They understood with lights it's not, you know, it's a bit annoying to have to really separate every light. So they gave them 2 connections each. And it's still on 1 point. So it's not even like they added 2 points or something. It's like, no, they just changed the functionality of it. And one of the most popular mods is one that allows you to just daisy chain. So part of me just thinks it's like, yeah, they want you to have to figure out power management more. They want you to have to think about like where you place your cables and how you make things neat and hide things away. Like, I guess if they make things just really easy all the time, maybe things would you just fly through the game too fast for them. I don't know. But that's one where it's like a mod does it, and I think the game's pretty much fine while doing it, so... Good evening, Papa Squeak. Hey, Keen. Iron pipes instead? No, I'm not going to do iron pipes here. I'm going to do coal. There's coal up on that hill. It's kind of up in a bit of an awkward place, but there's 2 pure nodes here, and there's 2 pure iron nodes. So we'll just make steel. Just because they happen to be the exact same amount. This is just temporary for me to float. Right, so we'll do our next set of blueprints. I'm going to have to, unfortunately, ask that bird to leave. Yeah. Now, I think I've got blueprints that are pretty close to what I need anyway here. Stacked constructors. 8. Yeah. They're doing steel pipe. And it's coming in from the right, which is good. Is it going out to the right? Doesn't really matter where it goes out. At least not in my mind right now. Okay, this is fine then. We'll just use this and just change what they're doing. Stacked constructors, S-pipe. In fact, I don't even need to change it. We'll just, I'm only putting down 2 anyway. Right, so take it in from here, I guess. Maybe just to be safe, I'll just give myself a bit more space, just in case. Alright, there we go. There's our first group of 16 machines. Next group of 16 machines will just go right in front of that group. See, who needs the zoop machines when you can just do that? I just built 32 constructors in like 4 clicks. Great. Would be against them adding it, but I just kind of feel like it's not needed. So I gotta change all these recipes. So we're gonna go with which ones should do the screws first? Probably easier on me to do screws out here. These could be the screw machines. Not... Yeah, are we doing cast screw? Yes. We can float now. Copy, paste. These are all at 100%, yep. You're taking in 12.5 per minute, so Mark 1 belt is totally okay. These are going to be doing rods instead, right? Shot the bird? Oh, he's okay though. I didn't kill the bird. Maimed for life. Alright, I think that's okay. Alright, so they're all hooked up. Let's just give them a proper power pull. Guess maybe here. Okay. Next power pole can go down here. Fine, good enough. Alright, constructors are all in place. I'll just have to hook up their belts and make sure the speed going out is correct. I don't really know why we have to just get rid of some of this. The other ones are fine, they can stay. Guess it's for the edge here, yeah. Alright. 50 per minute, so the bottom line is 400 per minute. We need a Mark IV belt. The amount of iron in is only 200 per minute. We'll just leave it as a Mark IV, whatever. That's fine. Whoa. And these are even less. I might lower them down in a sec. I think we need 160 ingots, so it'd be a Mark II, really. Because it's between two groups, 160 between two, so it's 80 each. Just do that, that's fine. Alright, cool. On the way out, it's the same on the way out, so Mark II'd out of our minds. And then they'll merge up. This music 8-bit Attack on Titan Season 1 intro. Yes. No spoilers, but I'm at the very end of Attack on Titan at the moment. I haven't told anyone I'm watching it because I don't want it to be spoiled. Do you use any online tools for planning, or do you still do it all yourself? Just do it all myself. I mean, I don't use any tools, but I use the help of like the wiki to see different things, recipes. And then I use this to visualize. I mean, I just build it myself though. It's just images and arrows. Doesn't calculate anything. But we just did it, you know, just did that planning, and then to stream the second to last stream, so not the one before, but the one before that. Planned out this whole thing. And I just did it on camera from start to finish, so people could see how the planning works. It's like, and they're very awkward numbers, but it works. Just takes a little bit of patience, I guess. And then we did this one further back. This was over 2 streams, I think. It got added onto. It wasn't initially like this, but we added on the diluted fuel thing on the bottom eventually. So it got a bit more intense, but that was all hand done as well, you know. I haven't finished it yet either, but enjoyed 1 through 3 and 4 part 1. Yeah, it's so awkward the way they divide up their seasons. So I'm at like, I bought all the episodes on Apple, and you have season 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then I realized like it just ends, and the final like 12 episodes I don't think are on Apple. So I had to get it on Crunchyroll. You can only stream it, like you can't purchase it, at least from what I could find. So I did that. So I'm into like the very last few, but I'm watching on Crunchyroll at the moment. But I only ever watch it whenever I go away. So now that I'm back, like I might not end up watching it again for quite a while. Although it's pretty crazy, so I might have to like try to just finish it up. It's so funny where the show begins and like where it's ending. I won't spoil anything, don't worry. But it's like you know, if anyone hasn't seen the show or is interested, it's an anime show. I don't really watch any anime. It's like one of the first animes I've watched, beyond a few movies, I guess. But the show is basically about a group of, imagine it's like medieval times, and a group of kids live inside a city that has huge walls around it, like several walls, kilometers long. And for 100 years, nobody has really left the walls beyond just a few military like exploration groups, expeditions to go see what's like lying out there. And they just know that there's like these giants that roam around outside that periodically like sort of attack the walls a little bit. And the show basically kicks off when there's like a full-scale invasion into their city from a fucking giant titan that's like hundreds of feet tall. And they're like humanoid. They're human looking. But they're like humans that are just scaled up but naked. And they just have these really weird expressions. Like they're like almost zombies, like lifeless looking faces. But not like degenerating. They just look like humans. But like nothing behind the eyes, kind of. And they just like run at you, like in these crazy situations. And then they just eat you. They eat people. And it's fucking sick. It's a really interesting show. But where you're at, even one season later, and then another season later, it's like a whole different show by that point. The threat is like completely different to what you thought it was and why it's there and all this stuff. So I really recommend it. It's super cool. It's mega unsettling. It's like one of the most unsettling things ever. The famous shot is like the kid's like looking up at the wall. It's a wall that's like, imagine being at the bottom of like Hoover Dam or something. You're looking up at this giant wall, and then a hand just like gets put on it. And a head creeps over, and it's like, oh my god. We are like ants compared to whatever the hell this is, and you just don't know when anything's gonna happen. What's the name of the show? It's called Attack on Titan. It's an anime, but it's great. Not that anime isn't, but it's great. It's really, really good. But yeah, the reason I brought that up is because someone was asking about the music. The music I've been playing in the background is like a lo-fi version of the Attack on Titan soundtrack. Blue-Eyed Samurai is a much to watch. Yeah, I've been looking at other anime to watch, not to go off on too much of a tangent. I've watched like Ghost in the Shell, Akira, some Studio Ghibli things, and then for TV shows, because I got Crunchyroll, I was like, oh, maybe I'll watch some other anime because I like this one. I've heard about like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, One Punch Man, One Piece, all these kind of things. I'm not gonna. One Piece is insane, like 2,000 episodes or something crazy. I'm good for now. One day maybe. Yeah, just before I continue this though, Death Note is one that I've been hearing is supposed to be great. I really want to check that one out. And there's another one, I can't remember the name that I saved. Anyway, I saved one where I was thinking like, this will be the one I watch next. I don't really have much time to watch TV. Like I said, I normally watch it when I go away. So when I was on the plane, I watched like 3 episodes on the way over and 3 on the way back. Dan Kara, thanks so much. 5 gifted memberships. Appreciate that a lot. Thank you. I think film theory works out that there is enough room inside their inner wall to house everyone comfortably. Yeah, oh yeah, I mean, there's loads of countryside inside the walls, if that makes sense. There's 3 walls. One of the very last things I'll just mention about this show, and thanks again, Damkara, for all those gifted memberships. It's gone to Hemorrhoids, Richard, Matthew, Jeff, and Adam. The One Piece is real. One of the cool things I like about Attack on Titan is, you know, I like strategy games, and one of the things the show does is there's this group called the Scout Regiments, right? And they're the people that go out on horseback, riding out into the countryside to learn more about where the Titans are coming from. Like, what's the deal with these things? Why are we being attacked? And to do recon missions. And often, like, they just get obliterated. Like, half of them come back, or barely even half of them, or whatever. Because they got these mega-sized humans are running, picking up horses, just ripping them apart. And they run at, like, super fast speed. Faster than a horse would be able to go, you know? Almost. Depends on the Titan. But one of the really cool things is, like, you have, like, Commander Irvin, and he's, like, going with the scout regiments outside the walls. And the show will, like, zoom out to, like, a top high-level overview. And it'll be like, okay, the right flank is, like, going to send troops out, like, this way. And you see, like, these graphics of, like, arrows and horseback riders going out that way. And they, like, fire up smoke signals to let others know, like, what's going on. They're like, a red signal means that they've spotted a Titan there. A yellow signal means this or whatever. And they're, like, communicating that way. And just the way they have this whole, like, strategic, like, tactical overview, it's, like, so well thought out. Like, how would this really work? Like, how could we communicate and figure out how to take these things down? And it's really interesting that way. But it's just so, I don't even know if it's good or not later on. It gets so crazy. It's definitely worth watching though. Certainly, at least just even for the first season. I haven't thought anything was ever bad, but I'm just like, wow. What we're dealing with now is so far removed from that initial concept in a way. But they snuck it in there, like, really in an interesting way. If I had been told, like, oh, you should watch this show, it's about XYZ, I'd be like, oh, I don't know, that sounds weird. But starting it off with this kind of more humble approach of like, oh, there's these giants that attack these walls periodically, and these people there don't know who put the walls there, and they don't know why they're there. And they don't understand, like, they're basically like medieval peasants that are blind to the world, like not knowing what's going on and how they live and how their society's built around trying to defend themselves. It's super fucking interesting anyway. And they develop all this gear to take them down. Sorry, that's the last thing. So the show will pause as you're watching it, and it kind of then brings up this gear, and it's called ODM gear, and it's like using pressurized gas. These people will like launch little ropes out of their suits, basically, you know, their apparatus, and it'll like connect into, like, it'll puncture into Titans, and then they can, like, it'll suck them forward, like using gas, like pull them towards them, so they can like launch up and like cut their heads off or cut their backs of their necks or whatever, to make them go down. And it's just interesting. It's like, oh shit, like they have to develop gear to take Titans down, but then there's reasons that the gear is insufficient, or there's certain types of Titans that are different, that they need to develop different ways of taking them down, lure them into forests so they can't really move as much. It's really cool. So I very much recommend it. It was a manga first, so people could read it as well if they wanted to. Anyways, I'm nearly at the end. And the characters are great too. It's not just about the world. Right, so we need to split off 160. I guess it'll just do it automatically, because one side will just get full. We don't even need an overflow splitter then. Thinking about it. And the music is dope. Trying to think how this is going to go. So everything has to be split between both groups anyway, so this will go there. They definitely switched it up since about season 3. Season 3 is where it goes into like the history of what's going on before the 100 years, and that's where things get like crazy. Certainly, yeah, season 3 and then season 4. Season 4 is just even crazier. It always makes me wonder, like, when they were writing the manga, like, did they know always, like the idea behind this? If they did, that's like so masterful in how they decided to layer out the manga and the show. But if they didn't and they were just adding to it as they went, then it's like, okay, it's cool, but it's like not nearly as impressive. But if they always knew there was this backstory, not as in depth, they don't have to, but just even the general idea, then it's mega impressive. Right, so this other group has to go over there to that one. We have to do the same thing over there. Sorry, it took a while. Go off tangent. I can't do 2 things at once. Terrible. Yeah, better idea. I don't have to change too much, but just if I put the first splitter here, that would make more sense, I think. What I was struggling with a bit. This just needs to feed into this then. Cool. Alright, mark forward out of our minds. So again, just to get familiar with the numbers, we've got 390. Let's move this over here actually. 390 ingots moving along this belt. It needs to get split so that 200 goes off one way and 160 goes off another way. So we'll just use Mark III belts for both sides. And then it gets split into 2 different groups. So 100 on the bottom and 100 on top. Ah, I didn't connect that. And they'll go into being made into screws. Alright, here we go. This is not to do with the Let's Play series. No, this is a different save file. Thanks for the gifted membership. Thank you for the stream. Gotta go band practice. I switched to gaming laptop last year. I was tired of building my own rigs. Damkara says, hey chat, so has anyone already snagged an RTX 5090? Or are we still pretending it exists in stock somewhere? It definitely... Oh yeah, I read that already. Death Note is great. Highly recommend from someone not really into anime. Yeah, I'd like to watch that next. The problem was it wasn't on Crunchyroll. So I had to look at some other ones. Alright, we could just turn this on now and let it start producing. And then find a place for this stuff to go. Oh, you know what? Let the water fill up first. Yeah, I've got a 3090. I don't really feel the need to upgrade. But I wouldn't have the money right now anyway. But maybe in a few months' time. I don't really upgrade cards anyway. I just get a new PC. I got that console brain rot. New generation. That's probably what I would do. Right, next thing is then doing the... Yeah, so the rods are coming out here. And the screws, there. And we have two lines for the screws. They have to stay separate. So we need a little assembler area. And it doesn't have to be that big. It's only 8 machines, I think. So it could be 4 on top, 4 on the bottom. It would probably work out better that way. And that way we can keep the top and bottom floor structure that we have. Surprised with power to there, I couldn't actually fly further. Anyway. Stacked assemblers is what we need. 6, 4 stacked assemblers, and then another 4 next to them. Need to get their direction facing the same way. No, I need them having inputs, 2 inputs at the back. Those are alternating inputs again for some reason. The bottom ones are going to the left. That looks good. And where are they heading out? To the right? That's fine by me. So, if we leave a gap... There? That should work. Not quite aligned though. If this foundation needs to be aligned with where we're standing. I want to make sure that it doesn't spill over the edge. Yeah, it looks better. Yeah, cool. So it looks like this was, what was it doing? Reinforced iron plates. Now we're looking for rotors, please. 100%. And we needed 8, so there's 4 in the bottom now. And 4 in the top. Cool. Darren, do you use the stock keyboard and mouse setup, WSD, or do you have a special setup? Notice your movements are always so smooth. No keyboard cat noticed? I've never heard the term keyboard cat. But no, I just use WSD. I don't think I have any. The only hotkey I have changed is when you grab one of these, to lock it in place, I've switched it to a mouse command, like a button on my mouse, rather than H. H always just felt a bit awkward, so it's mouse 3 for me. Other than that, I haven't changed any hotkeys. It is what it is. Alright, so these are my screws. Oh. This is the benefit of just lining things up nicely. We just go like that. And that's the exact amount that needs to go in there. And this will be the exact amount that needs to go in here, although it's just a little small. So I think here. There you go. How about that? Alright, so that's the screws. The other one's going to be iron rods on this top part. And they need to come from over here in a similar fashion. Is it best to do it here? I guess so. Yeah. Speed are we at? Mark 2. Just do a straight belt into there. Maybe. Oh, actually, it's still a bit too small. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, why did I do that? We just need a standard one. Okay, so that's the rods that go into the bottom. 160 per minute. And then this one needs to do the same. So it needs to go up to a pace of 3, but then 2 above that. So this is 3, and then 1, 2. The thing that sped up my gameplay the most is learning those like increment amounts. Once I learned that, things go so much faster for lining stuff up now. They used to be like, oh, it's off, delete, rebuild, still off, delete, rebuild. I have an old PC on AM4 with a 3080. It became a little bit outdated, so started gathering all the parts I need. Haven't decided what GPU I want. It's almost time for a new PC, maybe this year, so I get an updated graphics card as well. And then, yeah. Yeah, learning about the lift fixing the shroud when you upgrade them has been my favorite thing. Yeah, removing the hose. I always just call it a hose. I don't know. Shroud is an interesting name. Sheath. Right, anyways, so that should be that. Did I not turn... Oh, I never connected these to power. I'm a silly Billy. Get them going now. I'll do it from the other side, actually. Now they're receiving their water. It's alive. Surprised the first one took longer to get the iron. This is because I turned this off. Hey. There we go. Let's go. First problem. My 1080 Ti is still coping with most of the games I play. There are now a couple of games it struggles with, so maybe time to upgrade after 5 years. It really, I've found anyway, it depends on what you play, you know? If you play certain games, certain smaller budget games, they can often be very unoptimized. I mean, big budget games can be too. But if you play like Anno 1800 or Total War, it's like they scale so much that your PC can really be crippled with them. But if you play games like Battlefield, they run really well. They're really well optimized, so you can play them on lower end hardware. Kind of depends on what you play. And the resolution you play at. 1440p I think is a really nice resolution, as some people have mentioned in the chat there. That's what I play at. I played at 1440p since 2013. One of my rare moments where I felt like somewhat ahead of the curve. And then as 4K came out, I was like, I don't think I want 4K. Because I had a 4K TV, and I'd play my PC on it. I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, the performance loss is too significant for what you get in picture quality. Like, I just don't especially when you're close to it, you just don't really see it. Like a 1440p is like very, very clear. One interesting thing is that you can kind of remove anti-aliasing the higher the resolution you go. Power. Didn't do power for these guys yet. What recipe are you using for turbo motors? So we've just done, I actually can knock one of these off now. We're halfway done. Construction is done for the most part as well. So let's have a look. Turbo motors. I'm using this one. I'm just using the standard one. I thought about using this because I actually will have a lot of electromagnetic control rods, but I don't have much radio control units to spare. As a result, I'm just going to go with the standard recipe. But I'm not doing things in very high volume in this playthrough. Things are quite low volume. Because I'm just trying to get through the game quicker. So yeah, so as a result of that, just going to use this one. So at the moment, the only missing component I have is motors. I have radio control units. I've got 7 per minute. We make 3.75. I think we worked out that I can do 186.666%. And that's 7 per minute. So this is what I'm going to be making. I'm just going to be making 3.5 per minute. I'll do 2 machines. I won't be overclocking a machine though, but yeah, this is basically what I'm aiming for. So I have the cooling systems. We make 18 per minute. I have 7 radio control units per minute. I don't have enough motors. We use them all at the moment, so that I'll have to make them. And I have enough rubber, so that's good. So once I get the turbo motors, that's the last thing I needed to make the thermal propulsion rockets. And then it's just a matter of like letting them build up in the background, slooping them or something. Did I think about using the Caterium for stators? No, I just thought because copper is here. I know Caterium's nearby though, isn't it? I don't know why I'm looking at that. Let's do this. Yeah, I built a whole factory in an old playthrough that used this recipe. And then the stators just have 2 recipes, right? It's one is wire and one is quick wire. Yeah, I actually don't have it unlocked. I'm sure it's in there though. Is there Caterium nearby? I think that's what you said. How far? How close? Oh, it's up there. Yeah, it's not too far, but I don't know. If there's copper here already, like... Is there? There is, right? Or am I blind? Oh, I think it's here, but I just don't see it because it's just out of range. Yeah, there it is. There's a pure node here for copper, so I just feel like it's... fine. How does Rose feel about your progress in this game? I don't think she knows anything about where I am in this game. Or has no idea what really goes on. She knows, she's like, she saw the, she's like, she knows about the gas oil pipeline that'll be in the next video and stuff. And she's like, she likes the ones where I make the builds look good. But as for the actual progress of the game and stuff, she doesn't really pay attention or care. Just hits me when I come out of the room and says, how much money did you make today? Like, not enough. Stream longer. Stream more. Like, yes. Right away. Okay, so that's the motor, or the rotors made. God, the amount of times they call them motors. That's 32 motors. So these need to be carried off down to the left to a new factory. To a different factory, I should say. Along with the stators. So the next part of the game now, for me, is making the stators. So let's just throw this into a temporary awesome sink. And this will ramp up eventually. So let them go. Let my babies go. Oh, actually, I didn't merge them. Okay. Anyway, so that's that done. So basically in our little chain here, it's very simple so far, but that's what we've done, right? This is all done now. So we had 32 machines making 800 screws, 160 iron rod. That's going to give us 32 rotors at the end. The next thing is then, don't mind this, but we're going to now make whatever we need to make stators, to bring them over to make into electromagnetic control rods. Electromagnetic control rods. So that's done in this factory. Here's what we make. We make 52 high-speed connectors and 130 circuit boards and 156 AI limiters per minute, as well as... I don't know why there's a question mark next to that. I can't quite remember. But 520 plastic, I guess, question mark? Yeah, so some amount of plastic, I guess, there. And then we have the turbo fuel and a little bit of rubber down here. Ooh, the rubber's here already, is it? How very interesting. Oh, this rubber I don't think I ever added to my list of rubber that we make in the world. I think that's just different. Yeah, that's the 75 that's there. Because I do make rubber somewhere else here. There, 104 per minute. Don't mind the number on the left. That's interesting that where it's going has some of the rubber already, because the turbo motor amount that we need, 84. Maybe try to squeeze a bit more rubber out in that same location. I'd still have to fly in the radio control units and the cooling systems. I feel like it's... Nah, maybe we'll just use the 100 then. Alright, never mind that. But that's still kind of good to know that it's there. Please check the screw inputs into the assemblers. Well, there's a manifold that we're waiting on. Let's just see. Are these guys getting their iron? This looks right to me, but I'll give it a sec. I just need to go to the bathroom, then we can go over the machines just to double check if it's working or not. Genome cop tube launcher go burr? Question mark? This game got way more fun once I had a ton of power available and plenty of power shards. It makes the number game so much easier. I didn't really find much difference. I guess I haven't gotten far enough in to use a lot of the new stuff for power. Like I haven't ever made rocket fuel or ionized fuel or anything yet, so to me there's no difference there. Although it is nice that you can get so much more power shards. Definitely agree with that. I'll be back in just one sec. Expect more lighting in my office? I got no lights. It's just, I'm not a gamer. Not a streamer gamer. I don't have any RBGs. I have that one little thing there, and that was just given to me by my brother recently. What happened to my cat? I've got 2 cats and one of them died recently. The one that used to appear on the stream died. The one that sits up there, though, I don't know where she is. Jinx? Jinx? See if she comes in. Got her a new trick, actually, to climb up on my back. Anyways, right. Have we noticed things going wrong with this? It takes a while for the manifold to build up, so... If I post my current storage hub in Discord... Chat, would you rate it? Oh, in Discord chat. Sorry, in Discord chat. Would I rate it? It's not necessary, but I like to have access to all the stuff. I'm just gonna say no. I get too distracted on the streams anyway, as is. So no. I could rate it after the stream if you want. These are all at 100. Oh no, this one isn't. 75, 75, 100. So we're still waiting on this one to fill up. So the ore, 100, 100, 100, 100. Yeah, we're just waiting on these two to get the ore they need. King of tangents. Cats are good for you. But hear about your cat. I don't know what I'd do if mine go unexpectedly. Yeah, it sucked. It still sucks. Like really upsetting. Yeah. For people who aren't cat people, I wasn't a cat person until this cat. I'm a dog guy. I had a dog. He died also last year, but he was 18, so it was like okay. But it was still difficult. But this was way more difficult, to be completely honest. 'Cause yeah, we just considered her to be somewhat of a special cat. Like, I just really do feel that. She's quite intelligent, seemed to really understand us in a way. It was just weird, you know? I know it's just a cat, but yeah, really bonded with her. And then just out of nowhere, she just fell really ill, and they said there's just a genetic problem, there's nothing you can do. And we just had to put her down, like, within a couple days. And the way in which everything went down, I mean, really nice. She didn't suffer or anything, but my God, it's just the most heart-wrenching, crippling thing ever had to go through. And it's, yeah, it's never just a pet. Indeed, like, if our little cat, my other cat's name is Jinx, and I love her. She's great. She's so friendly. She's super nice. But it wouldn't have been as bad. And I would never want it to have been her. I've never made that choice or anything, but it just is what it is. But it's like, it just shouldn't have been Nyx. Like, I can't believe, I'm still in disbelief that, like, this has happened. It's really, really, really difficult to kind of process. Very, very upsetting, to put it mildly. Anyway, I'm just flying around these machines, but I think they are all running okay. We need to give it more time for the manifold to, like, fully make its way down. Then I'll spot if there's really any issue, but I'm pretty sure my belt speeds are okay. We just have to wait. This has to get 100. They have to just get 100 on all the way down, so just gotta wait. But that's why we'll do that's why I've turned it on while I'm doing other parts of the factory. It kind of speeds up your manifold that way. Right, so those two, so you have to work out now what we need. Wrong thing. One thing I'll just say, I know I mentioned this before, I don't want to get too off topic, but if you do have to put an animal down, or put down, hey, thanks so much, Corny Lewin. Appreciate the super chat. Enjoy your content, hope you have a good day. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Also, first super chat on the live stream, so thanks. Yeah, if you ever do find yourself in that position where, you know, unfortunately you have to say goodbye to a pet, if you have the extra money or you're able to do it, having it happen in your home, I think, is way better. I obviously haven't experienced it going into a vet, really, but when we went to see Nyx, she was in a vet for 2 days, and because her kidneys were failing, basically. And it was very upsetting seeing her there, and sad, but she had actually bounced back a bit from her ill health, just because they had an IV drip, so they're kind of like giving her liquid and nutrients, bypassing your kidneys. It's like straight into your blood kind of thing. So she kind of sprung back. It's like, oh, you're like back to normal. And it wasn't that bad anyway, which is why it was so unbelievable. She was just a bit more tired than she should have been. Anyways, we were really upset that we might just have to put her down there and then, or in the next couple of days. They were kind of telling us like she's got like maybe a week left. Out of nowhere. It's like, oh, she was kind of seeming like she was unwell for a couple of days. So it was very like, oh my God. But when the vet told us, like, you can actually get this other company to come out to your house, and they're great, and they give you all the time and space you need, and you can just back out last minute if you want to. They're totally great. They were great. They were like so good, and that was like the best thing. Especially for cats, right? Cats especially don't like going to the vet. I don't think any dog does. But cats can be anxious, so they don't really like that kind of stuff. I mean, they don't even like it when another person comes into the house for a while. So everything that went down with that, we were so grateful, because she did not seem scared at all, and she was put down like in our arms. I'd never heard of that before, but the lady that did it was saying like, oh yeah, I thought like you prop her up on the table and maybe lay her down or something, and then she goes to sleep, and then you give her another injection or whatever. But they were like, no, you just hold her, and I'll just be behind her and give her a little injection in her like lower back where they don't feel it, basically, and she'll just go to sleep, and then we'll give her the other one. And that's what it was. Just like, really, we just hold her? It's like, yeah. And she was like super calm, super chill, the lady and the cat, Nix. So I was worried, like, what if she like scrambles or something last second, or she feels a pinch and doesn't like it, and you know, how's this really gonna work? But it really was the best thing ever in a way. It was like a Disney movie or something. She just kind of fell asleep in our arms. Pretty fucking crazy, and it's really hard to deal with. Or just to recognize that that's happened. That's like kind of over now. Really weird, but that's just the way it is, unfortunately. Try to always look at the positive. It's like, she went as good as she could. I'm glad to have known her, had her in our lives. Rosie always mentions the fact that there was a cat in our estate that on that night died, got hit by a car, and someone else found it. We always think of it like, oh, you know, all the different ways you could go. I'd have a lot of regrets, and apologies if anyone is in this situation, but I would just always have it going through my head like, I can't believe we let her out, I can't believe a car hit her, how long was she there, you know, that kind of thing. So to be able to know that she was like really trusting of us and didn't feel betrayed last second or anything is like really great peace of mind. There's nothing to regret, which is so weird. I just feel like even with my dog I had regrets about how it went down, just a little bit. But with Nix, it's like, actually, this is like the best way it could have gone. 50 per minute. I see what you were saying. This is not seemingly to getting out fast enough. Well, I don't know why. Yeah, it's just 400 per minute. This is a 480 belt. Oh. It's 100 in. These are Mark 1s. That's the problem. Cool. Thanks for the heads up. Anyway, yeah, so I know it's quite a morbid thing. It's a bit emotional or whatever, but yeah, just if you ever find yourself in that position, maybe look up to see if that's a thing you could do. I think at-home service is better. Yeah, I wrote down like everything that happened in like this journal thing that I have, and it's like pages and pages, and it just goes through everything that happened. I just felt the need to like log it. It was so hard to process in a way, because I was just like, I cannot believe this is happening. And then I remember I just wrote down like everything that happened right after she died, basically, like how we found out, what it was like going to the vet. I asked Rosie just a couple things to fill in for me, because I know my memory is so bad. And I'm so glad I did it, because even just when I was in Ireland there, I was like, I just get emotional. I just start to think like, oh, was it the right, like, did everything go right? Like, was it the right thing to do? Like, how did it go down again? Like, I just don't remember like everything specifically, but I remember just reading through all that, and it's like it's very upsetting, but it's also reassuring. It's like, no man, like we did everything, like we really did everything. And they told us it's like she has a rare genetic condition, and there's nothing, even it doesn't matter if you caught it early. It's like a timer, unless you end up getting a kidney transplant, but you're not going to do that in the UK. And plus, it's actually unknown if it really treats it anyway. It might just, the same thing might happen to those kidneys. But it's like, kidney failure is one thing, or kidney disease, but this is a rarer version called polycystic kidney something. I can't remember now. And it's where cysts just develop on your kidneys. And they're like little cysts, basically. And when they scanned her, they were like, there's more cyst tissue than kidneys. Like, we actually can't believe how much is there. It's very unusual. It's like, they were like, it's really surprising she's walking around right now, considering how bad it is. We were like, Jesus Christ. So yeah, they were just kind of saying like, there's just, it doesn't matter if you'd known early. Like, you can put her on foods where it like eases her kidneys a bit, but this is now at the point where these cysts are like bursting, and that's what's causing. So her symptom was that she had bad breath. She never normally did, but in the last few days, just literally in the like maybe 3-4 days before like we took her to the vet, you could just suddenly like she'd just be on the couch with you, and you're like, oh, like I can kind of smell your breath. And then for about a month before, she was drinking a lot. So she'd be at her like fountain, and she'd just be there for like 10 minutes. It's like, oh god, drinking a lot. So those are like some telltale signs, but even at least the vet anyway reassured us, like even if you'd known a year ago that she wouldn't have lived any longer. Like this was it, unless you'd taken the kidneys out. That's like, okay, so hard to like accept that, but okay. Anyway, so it sucked. But if people remember, Rosie drew a little painting of her, or painted a picture of her, just like a couple weeks before. Anyways, right, so let's figure out how much motors we need. I have all my cat's ashes lined up. I shouldn't laugh. On the table next to my bed. Yeah, we got her cremated, and we decided that we'll bring her to Ireland and bury her there, probably if we get a house. So if we get a house and a garden, we'll just bury her along with her stuff. We kept like lots of her favorite things. Okay, anyways, enough sadness. Let's move on. So, yes, that's what I was doing. I wanted to know exactly how much of the other stuff I make to then relate, like how many electromagnetic control rods should we make. So that will go into this factory. So we'll grab these. There's recipes for both, so I don't know if I should use high-speed connectors or AI limiters. Let's see. If we go to Satisfactory G, put on the Shape Z soundtrack again. Is that on or off? I assume it's on. Oh, I can really barely hear it actually. Up there maybe. So the way I'm going to do this, like, the question is, how much do I need? Yeah, it's true about the better yield. I am aware of that, but it's like, ooh, am I going to need these later? You know, what should I use now? Or what should I save till later is kind of where I'm at. I've got way more AI limiters per minute, so it's like, maybe use those if I don't need them for anything else. So I'm looking at high-speed connectors, and this is what they're going to be used in. By filter by produced in. So assembler, build gun, I don't care about the build gun, and then the manufacturers at the bottom. Wish you could filter out build gun. Right, so it manufactures radio control units, automated wiring, and supercomputers. The automated wiring one, or sorry, the radio control unit one would be good if I do end up needing more of those, because I'm kind of at my limit of those now, so I'll keep that in mind. Anything else that's quite important? The assemblers. So the electromagnetic control rods, of course. Ah, yeah, and the homing ammo, if you wanted to automate that. Okay. So the other option then was the AI limiters, which we have way more of. So AI limiters, 4 per minute gives you 4 per minute, 1-to-1. But for the high-speed connectors, 4 per minute gives you 8 per minute. We have 156, and then we have 52. So I still think, because of the volume of these we have, we should probably make use of the AI limiters more. Use the best recipe in regards to Caterium. Both AI limiters and high-speed connectors need the same amount of quickwire. Well, we're not really worried about that. We've got all that done now. This is all built. Yeah. High-speed connectors, you can use silica instead of plastic. Yeah, like I said, though, this is... And I appreciate that. This is, like, all built now. It's what we do with either this or this. Because we just need to add stators to either one. And then we get what we need, the electromagnetic control rod. So I'm leaning into the AI limiters just because it seems like we have so much more. What else would we use these for? That's funny, we make plastic here, we make high-speed connectors and AI limiters. Quite close to being a supercomputer factory, actually. Do I make computers here? No, but I have circuit boards. We just made something like oscillators. I have supercomputers really easily, actually, with that. But anyway, that's a distraction. Maybe later. I just wonder, how many should I build then? It's hard to know, because I need some for electromagnetic control rods. We need some for nuclear power, but I think I was only gonna use like, I don't know, 6 or something nuclear power plants. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, I appreciate the kind words. I try not to read too much of it, actually, because it's quite sad. It's always sad hearing other people's stories as well. Four per minute, and 6 per minute. One thing that's nice is that you need less not less stators, actually. I guess it's more efficient for the stators too. It's almost tempted to use a bit of both. I'll just go with the AI limiters, and I think for nuclear, if I end up needing more rods, we'll use the high-speed connectors. So maybe I'll just tap one node for stators right now. So stators, let's have a look. We need to make steel. And it's 6 in, you get 4 out. That would have been, using the Caterium would be nice because you get 8 out, and that's exactly what you need to put in, but that's okay. We're just looking at these two now. So wire and steel pipe. I'm just going to be using the standard wire recipe. So the question is, how much wire can I get from one copper node? 780 per minute. So whatever 780 divided by 2 is. 390 wire, what I can make. Get it. Oh no, sorry, it's the other way around. Double. It's 1560 wire. Potentially, if we use it all that way. And then divide that by 40. $39 machines. 39 times 5. That'd be 195 stators. That would require 585 steel pipe. Now, there's 2 pure nodes here for both iron and coal. You make 20 per minute steel pipe. Let me just work that back. So 20 per minute. 585 divided by 20 would be about 30 machines. Let's say 29.25 machines then, okay. Which means we need how many steel ingots? So 30. We need 877.5 steel ingots. Okay. And it's equal parts iron and coal, isn't it? Yeah. So we would need 877.5 iron and coal. I don't know. That seems totally fine. Let's just do that. The annoying thing, I suppose, is that's just a node and a bit. Maybe I should just try and tap one node each. And that'd be 780. We won't be using all the wire, I guess, but that's okay. I might just go with a straight up 780. Solid steel ingot is better. I'm low on power. That's a double refinement there, so I have more steel than I need in my own result, so it's okay. Power is the limiting factor for me. Like, it's 8775 is what's needed for iron ore and coal ore, but we have 1560 of both, so I've got more than I need. I don't need to save on resources. Obviously, like, for efficiency long term, yes, that would be true, but for this game, save file, no. 8775, that's what we'll go for. I'll tap both nodes. It just takes a little longer, but we'll do it. Alright, so Let's see. 877.5 divided by 45 means you need 19.5 foundries. So we need 20 foundries. 19.5 foundries. 19.5 divided by 20. It means they're going to run at 97.5%. There we go. We need 20 foundries, all running at 97.5%. We need space for that. I'm just going to probably build them on top of this thing. Let's do it. Use of the space. Six should be enough, I think. I just have to check. Okay, let's make it 7 then. Gotta do the classic rocket fuel plant? No, I'm gonna do nuclear. I don't think I'll do rocket fuel in this playthrough. In the other one I will though, the desert video series. Probably will do it. Alright. Probably don't need all this, but... Alright, there we are. So, 20 foundries. Now, the coal is actually all the way up there, but there's a road that basically goes, a natural land road that goes into it. So maybe up here I'll have some sort of truck station that leads in. Why not? Let's see, do I have a blueprint already for this kind of thing? Stacked foundries, 4. That works, because we need 20. I don't know what the hell's going on with the... Okay. What? Oh, right. It's being fed from the bottom. I see. I vaguely remember that. I'll just make my own version. This is too specific. This is built for a specific place. We're going to be feeding the things in from the same location. Oh, it could be different. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Right, so let's just do 4. Wondering, I guess maybe I should push these out further then. I don't really need to. Okay, whatever. Sorry, I'm just second guessing myself about certain things. Do need to push them out more because the thing doesn't fit in. Oh, it does. Oh, yes. Shouldn't have said anything, then I would have looked like I knew what I was doing. Now, the amount of steel we get out of these, 45 per minute. They'll have to be separated onto 2 different lines, but they are that way anyway because they're stacked. Sweet. Great. Right, so 45, that's 450. Okay. I think that's lined up. Yep. Do I use a half foundation here, maybe? Yeah, I guess so. Hey, Chris. How's it going, man? Will coal come in from the other direction? I was just thinking that. So, the coal's going to be driven down on this little land bridge thing here. It's up to us how we want to bring it in. I could come across here and feed it in this way. And then it'd be going from right to left. These are both going from left to right. Or I could drive it down and, you know, like drive over some sort of bridge here to this point, and then like it'll feed across that way. So that's probably the way I'll do it. And then we come back out and drive up. Yeah, that works. Sure. Although that would kind of be more suited to left-hand drive. But much of a problem with it? Okay, actually, okay, I will reverse it then. Just reverse it for coal. That way we stick to our right-hand drive. Or we would have anyway, but it's less crisscrossing that way. Great, thanks. How's Ireland? Everything went well? Yeah, it was all good. I was only there for 2 days, so it was pretty quick. Oh, sorry, wrong thing. I went there to transfer some money from an Irish bank account. And that worked. Well, it went fine. Although, because it was like relatively large sum, I was in the bank for like 3 hours. Kind of crazy. Oh, no, maybe not that long. About 1 hour, actually. Just 1 hour. But it felt long. But anyway, yeah. And then it was my niece's first birthday, so that was cute. Okay. Go with that. Yep, power needs to be done. A little bar here. Doing that actually means it'll be... Oh no, it'll be okay. We're all set correct, right? I think. Do the belt, so you go from there to there. Can't remember if I did these again or not. Just do them just to be sure. I think I did actually, but yeah. Alright. There we go. So that's the proper blueprint now. So we'll just say, Foundry, heal, double, whatever. They're all custom blueprints just for one factory, so it's not a big deal. Right, so we needed 20 in total. I'll push this just a little further back. Allow room for the trucks and stuff maybe to, as they drive in or something. I don't know, just in case. Aiming out to the left. Yep, that's fine by me. Okay. We need 10 on the bottom. 5 of these blueprints in total. Well, that was messed up. Good job. Forgot. I don't know why they do that, but they auto-rotate. When you throw down blueprints, they auto-invert. Am I losing my mind? Oh, the first ones are down wrong too. How did that happen? Did I really just do that? I guess so. Alright, better. Let's start with the bottom lane first. Just connect these all up. So this is going to be the iron nodes, I guess. Oh. Alright, power next. Check in on that other factory now in just a moment, just to see is everything running as it should be. And then the outputs will be the last thing. Alright, great. Done. Blueprints connected on the inputs. And connected on the outputs. Great. We're at 100%. The one in the end now. Are you getting backed up or anything? Nope. Okay, you guys are full. Looks like these ones aren't yet. We're going to be waiting a bit. 100% on this one. This one is at 62. Struggling slightly, so we'll just check. Give it a little bit more time and see if it's getting better. Just to remember, so it's the 1, 2, 3. Oh, this is at 75, that's why, okay. Yeah, alright. Seems fine to me. It's filling up. Just takes a while. This one's gotten more, actually, bizarrely. I thought they were divided evenly. That one's full as well. One. Okay. Second row got more than the others. Oh yeah, that's true actually. They have different consumption rates. Yeah. I forgot that. One line needs 200, the other needs 160. They're being split evenly. So until one gets more backed up than the other, that will happen. That's fine. So yeah, until that happens, the rotors won't be completely full either. I think you built too many constructors for rods. Nope, it should be 16. 160. They consume... Oh, you might be right, actually. I thought they consumed 10. Was I looking at a different recipe or something? No. I think I have made a mistake. You're right. Because I was looking at you need 10 rods to make screws. And I think I based that number off of... Yeah, so that's my bad then. We have 160 ingots. By 15. Ugh, this is a mess actually, because I did mess something up, yeah. I need to check just how much do these require. So 20 per minute. 20 times 8 is 160. Okay. So, we need 160 rods divided by 15. There needs to be 10.666 machines. Okay, that's alright though. 10.666 recurring machines. Divided by, how many did we build? We built 16. They need to run at this clock speed, and that will get everything working. Times 100. I think that's right. Yeah, underclock them all. So this should figure it out. Now every time I do this, it's going to give me back the iron that's in there. I'll have to manually dump that back in probably. Easy fix. Easy fix. Alright, take back your iron. Mistakes have been made, but oh well, thanks for catching me up on them. Okay, back to Norman. There you go. We'll check back in a little while then, see if it starts balancing out a bit better. You can paste with a formula from the end menu. Mm-hmm. Yep. Wait, can you? Did I do it right? Oh no, I didn't. Sorry, you can paste... Yeah, not... You can do this. How did that work even? What just happened? This is what I meant to do. And then copy, and then paste. Sorry. That would be really interesting if you just had the last formula painted, it would go straight into the clock speed. But no, that's not how it works. I must have actually had that recipe and just pasted it in there anyway, because none of the recipes changed. Just reset it. Still doing rods, wasn't it? Alright, now it's back to where it should be. I'll just restart the manifold the way it should be, like this. God damn, where would I be with you guys, huh? Say where I'd be. Where's the next video? It's taking me forever. I'm making mistakes. I didn't actually, yeah, set the clock speed and just copied it. Oh, there we go. Right, so just to double check, now we're at 66 recurring. Yep. Alright, cool. Hopefully these guys didn't even notice. Anyways, right, so coal and iron. So the iron just has to come up from 2 of these nodes. You need Mark 3 on these. Well actually, for now we only need Mark 2, thinking about it. We needed 877.5. 438.75. There we go. Copy that. Alright, so that's the iron that they need. And yeah, it's got to make its way in up to here somewhere. It's and it has to be on 2 belts. Okay. Alright, these will be the 2 spots. So in you go. Maybe I'll do it the other way around. Oh no, I have to, yeah, never mind. Somewhere there. Okay, so what does that need to be? A Mark 4? Just do that then. Clock speed of the Foundry is 97.5. Did I not do that? Oh yeah. Good call. Yeah, I missed that completely. I could have sworn I did that. Jeez, I didn't even set those ones at all. Guess not. They didn't even have their outputs connected. Good job. Alright. My number 3, my hotbar doesn't work anymore. See if I can reset it somehow. Build something maybe. No? Just do something. There we go. Hey, can someone let me know how many people we have watching? Just out of curiosity. I want to know how big of an embarrassment I am. I think you also forgot to upgrade one part of the belt to Mark IV and reprogram that deleted miner. Oh yeah, good call. Yeah, you seem to be right. I definitely hovered over that bit, and I remember it wouldn't. Maybe I misclicked and it just didn't let me do it. Because I remember thinking like, oh, it must be done because my misclick didn't work. My click didn't work. Wow, good call. You're really catching me up on so many things. I'm trying to rush, I guess. I shouldn't really. Alright, cool. So that's done. Well, I don't want to hook these up just yet until we actually feed the coal down. Let's go for a little drive, see where that coal is. We probably have to create a little ramp over to it, actually. Even something temporary is fine by me. Ah, and we'll need a drone port to fly in the fuel for the biofuel. Although the coal, I suppose, could just fuel itself, thinking about it. 55, 250? Oh, nice. I was like, what's that number? So, oh yeah, I just asked. Thank you. Yeah, so this is where I have to just create some sort of like little road over the crater, I think. The coal is just over there. So just some sort of bridge or something would be alright. I think I've already blown this up, have I? I guess so. Right. Oh yeah. So some of it's actually been used. Although there's... No. I've got 2 free nodes. Oh yeah, cool. I think I missed a lot of those shots. Low on ammo as well, actually. Have to go make some more. Right, pure node number 1 and pure node number 2. So some sort of road that just goes straight over there would be nice. We could make it happen. Even just some basic ass looking thing. Of course, the world grid is not too nice. Great enough-ish. I'll have to go further down. Be here. Tell you what, do I have my narrow road segment thing? Don't have it in this playthrough, but if I just go to whatdarrenplays.com/satisfactory, download it from here. Here on the Pandora world. Okay. There they are. So extract all here, please. Cool. So now they should be here in. They should be called NR. There they are. Now I can't remember. Do you need to reload the game? Maybe. Yeah, I think you just have to save and come back in. I think that'll work. You're gonna truck in remaining parts? I'm gonna truck in the coal to be made into steel. And then, yeah, to bring the stators and rotors over to the electronics factory, probably just truck them over. How many, what are they doing? Because the volume just doesn't seem high enough to warrant a train. It's like 35 per minute or something. I just don't think trains are ever needed unless you're doing like 1,000 per minute. Of anything. Trains to me seem like perfect for ore. Or really high volume things. Like that casing we were doing. It's 750 per minute. It's like, yeah, train. Get it done. Because it's also far away. Whereas the electronics factory is just around the corner. We've got a road built in already. No train station there. So it's like, it would just be quicker to drive it. Just a question of fuel. But if we use the turbo fuel, then it will definitely be enough. Or not turbo fuel, sorry. If I bring in my biofuel, I mean. Then it should be enough. Right, so now that I'm here, we should have the blueprint. If I just search NR. Hey, there they are. Right, so narrow segment 4 times 2. Is it? Yeah. I thought I changed it so we weren't using... Oh, actually, yeah, I never gave out that version. I changed it so I got rid of the metal, but nah, whatever. I'd have to just go a bit further out. Alright, once one is in, the rest will be easy. Oh, that was too low down. My bad. Yeah. That rock is just like almost in the way. I'm not sure, is it? No, it's acceptable. It's acceptable levels. I mean, if I did move this to the right, it'd be fine. Better. What do you think? Should I bother? Just do this, I guess. Oh, it's not. I will move it to the right. Shouldn't even ask, because I just know in my heart that's what I need to do. Move to there instead. No, so Jacob, it'll only take a second. It's not too bad. Alright, great. So somewhere here I'll just turn. If you really want to make it look a little bit nicer, I have the... Oh, I don't have the... God. Must be missing some of the things that I've uploaded. I don't have the pillar segments that I added. That's okay though. Yeah, give me some power for a minute. There we go. I think the way I just did it was I ended up removing, because I just had concrete blocks all the way down in the main playthrough, but then I changed it to be like just some pillars that go down. Once. Alright, there we go. Just, I don't know. Just some effort, you know? It didn't take too long. I don't mind. Alright, so now we've got a road crossing this area. And, yeah, we'll just build a little station down there in a second. We'll just clear some of the grass and stuff here. Oh, the bean's still alive. He's okay. Little friend is there to help him out. Good enough. Not the right one. Need the connector right. Oh no, okay. I thought it was one of those ones that doesn't let you remove it for a sec. Nice. Got rid of the rock, but not the tree. That's what I wanted. That's fine. A little bit of overgrowth. We'll deal with it. Okay, cool. So there we go. So now we need to just get a sort of platform here for our two miners. I'll just follow this height, and we'll just use concrete as a base, and then we'll paint whatever we need. God. There we go. That should be easy enough. So just a station somewhere here in the center that both feed into. Missing 5 portable miners. One support was off by a meter. There are 2 pillars overlapped. Oh my god. What a nightmare. Hey, Mendicant. What's up? We're just building what's going to be an addition to our electronics factory, which is electronic motors. That's what it is. So basically, at the moment, I'm trying to make steel. So we're getting... I need stators. To make stators, we need steel pipe. To make steel pipe, we need steel ingots. We're mixing coal and iron. There's 2 iron pure nodes just down below. There's 2 coal nodes here. So we're going to drive it down via truck. I just made a mistake, so I just need to go catch that real quickly. So one of these is poking out. I think I know the one. It's this one, right? I felt it in my bones. Thought overlap, and I just didn't care. Alright, there we go. All is right with the world. Looks good. Didn't take too long. Someone already made the blueprint. Right, so we drive in, beep, bada boop, park, get our thing, rotate around and drive out. We might need even a little bit more space. We are using a truck, and this is a narrow road designed for a tractor. That's the only slight worry that I have, but try to give it a lot of clearance. I hope that'll be enough to turn. I think so. Alright, let's just paint it correctly so it's dark gray with yellow. Okay, there we go. Let's just clean this little bit up here. Good. Okay, so you there, Mark III, out of your mind. Aim it this way a bit, I guess. Wanted to go around this tree, but just getting in the way. Where's my chainsaw? There is. If calling those out is a pain in the balls, we can keep right. No, it's okay, it's okay. I'm joking, really. Always call me out on anything, anything. Even if you think, even if it turns out not to be true, I'd rather people do. Because these things typically take a few seconds to check anyway, so it's like, it's fine. Maybe half foundations would be nicer. It's quite interesting. It'll have to be tilted just a bit. And it needs to go... Actually, tilting is so awkward. Hang on. Okay. So yeah, if it just goes into like a little merger thing up to the right height, might not look so bad. Oh, closer than that. Don't know if it'll work. Yeah, because it's not on the world grid, the miner, so... Blah, 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 blah. It would need to go here. Now I need to rotate that, just get it onto the world grid. Give me some power so I can fly. Okay. Like that would work. Yeah. Okay. The tree lives. So can't remember if it's Mark 4 we need or 877.5. 877.5. It is Mark 4 then. 438.75. 438.75. 438.75. I'm leaving these as Mark 3, even though probably didn't need to actually make them that, but they will probably be increased in the future, I imagine. Come back to the spot. Maybe. Alright, just copy that. We'll do it down on this one. Put its power. This is to vehicles are to load here. This is stator coal imports. There we go. Right, 438 on both of these, so that's a total of 877.5. We have our iron in place already. Now we just need to drive the route. I think I've given myself enough space. We just also he's gotten complete stuck. Just need to also check, excuse me, on the other side what the route's going to be like going down. So I just want to map it out in my head first, and then we'll drive it. Watching these streams while flying in Microsoft. Oh, nice. Where are you flying to? Out of curiosity, from and to. I was looking at another game recently that's coming out soon. I don't know if people play this or are interested with the game SnowRunner. I actually used to stream it a little bit. I really like SnowRunner. But they announced another one. They keep announcing games that are like obviously spin-offs of the same thing. It feels like they have very little room for innovation. They're kind of just milking the tech that they have. And I know there's some controversy for the studio. I don't want to speak too badly of them. I don't know the full story. But they had that game Expeditions, a Mud Runner game or something, and it didn't really do that well. So I feel just a little burned by that one. Because I was looking forward to it, and it just really just felt like a mod, to be honest. Anyway, but they announced a new game called Roadcraft, and they put up a video for it just like yesterday, and it's like SnowRunner, but it's more focused on the rebuilding efforts. So you're like, you know, big trucks hauling around materials to factories. They're not making things, but you're rebuilding the factories, or like building buildings and bridges and like building up the infrastructure, and they have like bulldozers now where you can like knock down buildings and clear debris. I don't know, it looks quite good to me. It just came to mind when you mentioned Microsoft Flight Simulator, just because it's like a job simulator type game in a way. But yeah, I just don't know if people are interested in that kind of thing, but I would love to play that kind of thing, even just for streams every now and then. I like this though. I want to stop this anytime soon. Or at least done. Be more like an additional supplemental thing. Honestly though, I think I need to get bigger as a channel before I can keep diverging all the time, but it's just one of those games I thought looked kind of cool. The game looks pretty great too. SnowRunner is a great game, no? I do airline flights. Last night I tried an AI ATC program called Say Intentions, and I flew from my local airport, San Antonio, to Denver. I'll be flying from Denver to LAX. That's cool. I love those job simulator type games. Would absolutely love to watch it or watch it. Satisfactory is better. Well, the game isn't out yet. This other game, but sure. I like Satisfactory too. I have no plans on stopping it or anything, so don't worry. But yeah, it's just I know I appreciate the feedback. It's good to know. If people are like, no, I just wouldn't care. Good to know. Right, so we just need to build a truck station down on this side then. Pretty straightforward route. I would maybe just remove some rocks if we could. I don't know if much of this can be removed, but some of it might be able to. I think only one of them went away. If you hit his explosion, this bomb will go off. I've gotten caught with a few times, like you're right in front of them, you're throwing a bomb and then it blows up in your face because you didn't hit the detonator, but they did. Or they hit the bomb. I'll pick you up at LAX. That new flight simulator game, I was really looking forward to it. I wasn't planning on playing it on day one or anything, but the thing that draws me, that I don't like about flight simulator is the fact that there aren't very many gamey elements to it, and it's pretty hardcore if you want to start looking into mods and stuff. At least to me, it seems quite overwhelming. As someone who doesn't have like a lot of time for it. Because I played it quite a bit, just making my own routes, like going back and forth between Dublin and London, or London to Sweden, and things like that, and Amsterdam. Just like kind of routes that I could do within an hour or two. And then just random places in like Japan. I remember just going out to random islands and stuff. It's really cool. Love it. And then with Flight Simulator 24, I was like, oh sweet, they're gonna like give you missions and stuff. Like you can like level up and go through a career and do more things like that. And I was like, this is great. Like gamify it so I can actually progress somewhere. It felt like more just like a giant sandbox. I know that's what a lot of simulator games are, but I just don't see the problem with adding a career mode if you want it. Like Gran Turismo or something, where it's like quite a simulator in many ways, but there is a gameplay layer on top. Just thinking, so we're gonna drop them off, and the ore is gonna go, the coal is gonna go in there. Yeah, so this could just be a little road here. Why not? I'll just bank left before we hit those elevators, and then drive back up. Fine by me. A little ramp at the end or something. I always love flight sims until I take off and I'm sitting there for 4 hours. That's why I decided to do like shorter flights, yeah, because it's like, I don't know, there never does really seem to be much going on while you're flying. And I don't play on like the most hardcore modes. Like I know like if you play the complete, like the proper way, I guess, you'll be talking, you have things to interact with more and things to do with air traffic control. You have to like check in every now and then and stuff. There's a little bit more going on, but I mean, yeah, some people do like 12-hour flights, and it's like, well, obviously you're doing nothing most of that time. But even just on the small flights I did, it's like, oh, like there'd be like a weather front coming up or something. It's like, okay, we're gonna try and go around that, you know? I don't know, make it a bit interesting. Yeah. Oh, nice. I was gonna text you. You're the best. Great, thanks. Gonna text her and I didn't. Thought of it anyway. Right. I don't need this. Right, so truck station somewhere here. Yeah, sure. Right, ramp. Alright, so we're just going in this direction, so that's actually fine. Don't even need that really. I was gonna add more Just because it's cut off, I feel like I do. Alright, so something like this. Yeah, it's not going to be metal. I'll just leave it concrete or asphalt or something. Actually, metal kind of looked better. That's good enough for me. I've been following along your YouTube series, and it's really helped with understanding the game and being able to do my own projects. Thank you. Thanks, Ethan. I'm glad to hear it. Sims are my favorite type of games. Love both sim racing and flying sims. Cars and planes are both my passion. I really like cars, actually. I only started driving like a year ago, but I've always played games like Gran Turismo and like World Rally Championship and stuff. Especially when I was younger, not so much as I got older. But yeah, I've always liked driving games generally. We just need 2 separate belts actually, really. But yeah, I just play all games, almost all. I guess that's not true. I shouldn't say that. It's like I don't play MMOs. I was never really into them. I like any games that are just set in the real world. Typically, anything that's kind of realistic is usually something I like. What the hell's going on, man? There we go. And to do things you can't do in real life. It's like, oh yeah, I'd love to fly a plane. Why not? And see what happens. With no risk, you know. We should make like a Squid Game, but it's like a video game. Die in the game, you die in real life. So you're playing Microsoft Simulator, but it's like you better not mess up. Yeah, it'd be super boring to watch, but crazy as hell to play. Now, this could be an interesting test. I guess not. Well, I was going to say, like, this could be the road out for the other truck that might be going off to the electronics factory. It's quite a long distance that way, which means that the other truck station could go here. The only problem, though, is, of course, you'd be driving straight through another truck's arm. However, I did do a test, and this is in a video. I showed it on my Discord in a video, that if you drive through like one of these, but you just delete the yellow node, it just continues on through. Now, in an older update when I tried this, because I thought like, oh, this would be great, I'll build a station that you just drive through purely just to fuel. So that way you just have one fuel station and along the middle of a road, let's say, and the cars are just driving through it, getting refueled. But it didn't work because when I deleted the yellow node, the stop node, trucks would end up just like, they'd hit like a box and go around it. It's like they knew where the bounding box was and they were trying to avoid it. But that did seem to not happen for 1.0. So I'm gonna test that out and just see. Just do a little micro test even here. Power it. Drive through with the truck and just see if I just drive a really small loop, will it continue through? Place your bets. Am I going to be playing Civ 7? I don't know. I need to see what people who play the game... I need to see what, honestly, the user reviews say. Because I'm very mixed on the idea of this civilization swapping mechanic. I reviewed Humankind when it came out, back when I had my review channel. Got a lot of views on that video, actually. It's like 60 or 70,000, I think. So, like, I'm into these games, and I feel like I know how to break them down or whatever, but I would need to rely on other people to tell me, like, if this is working better than it did in Humankind, because I feel like it really did not work in Humankind, personally. Alright, let's see if we can load 100, and this will be unloading. Alright, so I'm just going to do a quick test. But anyway, even if it was good, I don't know if I'll be playing it on my channel. More and more, I think, like, I have my two other channels right now, right? The strategy and the city building. And it's nothing to do with how they're performing, but more and more I just keep thinking, like, maybe I should just only do just this game and just everything on this channel, but just this game. Like, nothing else at all until I grow bigger. As much as I love playing other games, it's like, well, it just seems like I can't manage anything anymore. Like, in multiple series and stuff, it's just so difficult because these games just demand so much time. So it's like, maybe I should just put all the time I have into one thing. I don't know. It's difficult to know. Because for so long I didn't do that. For so long I had to I spread the field. But that's why I'm... Oh shit, did I not power these? Oh yeah. Damn. Hang on. Try that again, sorry. There's no power... Yeah, sorry, my bad. There is now. So this will be coal. Well, I don't need to put anything in it right now. Just drive it. What about the new Anno coming? I know, like, I love... That's the thing. It's like, how could I not play that? I don't know. Yeah, knowing me, like, there's no way I can commit to just doing one game. I just can't do it. I didn't even mean to press F on that. I shouldn't have even done that. But let's just see what happens anyway. I'll obviously build a ramp there, but just for now, that's okay. Right, the test is, if I turn this off, will the truck still go around the corner, go through here and not do anything? That's deleted now. See what it does. Anyway, I followed you from your Anno 1800 playthrough. Yeah, I guess I just didn't even think of Anno. Anno, the Roman Anno is like too hard to pass up, I guess. Will I play Tectonica 1.0? Probably not. I like it, it's just, I don't have the time to play other things. It works. In my other tests, it has worked, but in the previous updates, it didn't, so I just want to be sure. Definitely works with a tractor. I haven't done it with the truck. Oops. Great. That's brilliant then. The other question then will be, can we refuel by just running through it like that? Let's see if it takes the fuel as it passes through. That'd be great to know. They just officially confirmed that we will get diagonal roads. I'm so excited for the new Anno. I saw that they have what looks like curves in the roads. It looks like 8 directions. Yeah, diagonal roads. Either that, or it's just a graphical thing. I don't know if they've actually confirmed it. You can let me know. But I was wondering if it was more like this. Like, if a road is built on this grid tile and on this grid tile, it creates a graphical look like it's a diagonal. Do you know what I mean? So these grid spaces are still available for buildings. There's no road here. But graphically, we see like the join from here to here. So it creates that diagonal. I want to know that. That's actually quite important. Ah, did not get the fuel though. So it just ignores it altogether. Well, that's okay, but it's not as good as I would have liked it. Okay, well, good to know. Good test. Take the iron out of the truck? There's no iron in the truck. There's iron in... Where did the iron go? Oh, it was in the old truck and I deleted it. That's what it was. I think? Or did I accidentally feed it out? No, I don't think it's okay. Where did that iron go? Because this is set to unload, right? Yeah. Oh, sorry, onto the, like, load onto the truck. So why doesn't it have it from the first time we went around? What happened to that iron? I think maybe it went around and I just deleted the truck then. Do I have it on me? Nope. Well, that means it must have... These are already full, so you'd expect the conveyor belt to have it on it. Oh no, it does. How did I let that happen? These all have to be deleted now. Because they're already being fed the iron from the bottom, so they're just full now. Now that they're on. Mistakes. Oh well. Or empty the machines. I guess this feels easier to me. Although it's the same either way, really. Clicking into the machine, grabbing stuff. Yeah, because there's going to be little bits still in some of them. The same thing would have happened up here, right? Yeah. Oh dear. Fuck you, man. Damn. Anyways, let's hop in this, delete the route. I've barely used any trucks in this game. Oh, I guess the tractors and trucks have different routes, don't they? But that's good to know. So we can just drive through then. So that's not going to be a problem. So we could actually load the... Oh yeah, I guess the stators and motors need their own. Although the... Sorry, rotors. The rotors could just load down there, actually. Stators can load up here and just drive separately out and build... Yeah, that's fine. How did they get back up, though? Just a little ramp up there, isn't there? And then you go along here, come down. Yeah, okay. Bit more difficult for the one down here. You might just have to have a truck station here, like, kind of loop around to go back out. Alright, almost done. We almost have our steel production underway. I just realized, by the way, this is just to make the steel. I didn't even put down the machines to make the actual steel pipe. I need constructors, and they have to go out to 3. This might have to extend over further. Okay, well, that'll be the next thing. That's ultimately what we need them for, is to make the steel pipe. Then the wire has to make the... Wow, this is taking so much longer than I thought. What time is it? 3.5 hours. Only got about 30 more minutes. Because that'll just be the steel pipe. Then we have to make the wire. Then we got to combine them to make the stators. We still have so much to do, actually. Oh well, sorry for all my ramblings. We're ready to drive this route though now, right? I think. Let's begin. Oh, and I have to put the drone station in to refuel these things. Always one more thing to do. Yeah, I just, for some reason I was like, oh, we're almost ready to go, but not really at all, actually. So you'll be unloading your coal. Oh, I forgot to build that ramp. Hang on. Okay. Is the lake monster still in 1.0? What the hell is the lake monster? Now, I need to stay way on the right of this so we don't hit any other truck coming down. Although the other truck coming down is just going to be doing coal as well. Oh my god, so slow. All right. Smooth sailing from here. Okay. Fine. Lake monster is a creature in the lake near your base in the desert. Really? I don't believe it. I haven't seen it. Guys, what are you having for dinner tonight? I'm so hungry. All I've had today is a bowl of cereal. This turn is going to be like impossible on this road. And not go over. I hope for the best. I don't think I'll be putting multiple trucks on this anyway, but it was just in case. But yeah, you should always use the 3 or even 4 foundation road with trucks. The AI turns with them even worse than I do. Oh yeah. Love the jumper, by the way. Yeah, Rosie brought me a chocolate bar. A Kit Kat. Oh no! No, it's all gone wrong. Oh good. That one rock. Okay, smooth. Let's call this the... Make some adjustments. So remove this. It's fine. This is actually one way out, so I could have just stayed on the middle anyway. I'll just delete one of the two of those nodes that are a bit off. Yeah, that. Okay, that should fix that, kind of. So I can also just generally calculate how much it needs to fill itself up with. And then we need to get the drone port to deliver in the fuel. Ooh! Oh yeah, not really. I was gonna say, there's, just up where that coal is, there already is a drone port delivering in biofuel. But I suppose I want to feed the other trucks down here as well, so it's a bit far away. It wasn't me. Was that a hog or a speed bump? What's the difference? Okay. So, there's 100 in a stack, and there's 48 slots, I think, on a truck. So 4,800 is the capacity for coal. We're filling at a pretty fast rate. 438 times 2. What was that? 877. Okay. It takes 5 minutes for this thing to fill up. 5.5 minutes. I reckon the journey time to get down there and back is no longer than 5 minutes, so I think we're okay with one truck. I think so. If they get backed up, we'll know. I mean, it might get backed up now, but I took longer on the way down that time. If I don't look at it, it'll figure itself out. Yeah, so I might have to see, did we unload the full thing? I'll just see what it comes down like, and that'll give me more of an indication, or if those miners start stopping in a minute or two. So we'll head back up and check in a bit. I don't want to fuel with the coal. I mean, I could fuel these with the coal, I suppose. But it just seems like I'm going to have to fuel the other trucks down here with, the main reason I thought biofuel is because the distance that we have to travel is a bit much for coal. So we're going from here down to here, and the road in is actually down here. So a truck's going to have to drive straight down here, pull in, go up, come out, and go back. Seems like a lot for 100 coal, so I thought biofuel will do that no problem, but it just means having to build the drone biofuel port thing. But I've got a blueprint for it. I can actually do it quite quickly. I'm not really worried about that. It was just, yeah, the fact that I have to do it, I suppose. Right, so that's got its coal. So after this does one or two routes, you want to make sure that this isn't ever emptying out, and the one on the other side is never getting completely backed up. Otherwise, we need a second truck. And now with the nodes that we've deleted and everything, I think it'll just be fine. It's on its way back down now. There we are. He's wobbling. Good. Yeah, I think it's just enough time. Make that bit just wider. The turn, yeah, I really should just make the turn wider, to be fair. Give it a 3x3 turn. Excuse me. I don't want to turn off these nodes just once it does its thing here. Don't know where to put the drone port in. It would fit here, actually. Not really. It would fit over in the corner, maybe. 4,600. There we go. It's all being loaded in. Love it. You might want to leave a bit quicker then. $42. You having a laugh? Say 20. Come back. Just want to turn off those nodes. We'll just leave it doing its thing now. It still has 600 coal on it. Oh no, how embarrassing. I was gonna try and take the 600 out, but I didn't want to stop the route. There we go. Here. Alright, Godspeed. Right, so anyway, that's steel now made with nowhere to go. So we have to go make steel pipe now. So the question is how much of that, how many machines? So that's 877.5. 877.5 divided by, I don't know why we have that such a weird number. Oh, it was all based on the wire, I think. The steel pipe. Divided by 30. Yeah. 877.5 divided by 30. 29.5. So we need 30 stator constructors. We just built blueprints actually for this just earlier. Now they're all heading out. Whoops. That direction. Okay. This. Right, so let's just have a quick look at the blueprints. Shortcut through the gas cave to the oil area. Yeah, I could go through there and see. I'm not entirely sure where where it leads. So you just go through here or something and come out that way and you're on top of the waterfall. I need to be down at the beach level, so I kind of just feel like go around anyway, but I'll have a look. Right, so many blueprints. I think I'll just type in steel. Let's see, constructor steel pipe 10. So that's the one. We need 30. The fact that there's 10 here, it's perfect, right? We just get 3 of these. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Now these are undercloaked. So we could actually say 877.5 divided by 30. Need 29.25. So 29.25 divided by 30 machines means 97.5. Block speed 97.5. Right, that's how much they're going to do. Paste that onto each one of these. Are you receiving from the wrong side? No, you're receiving from the right side. Good. Correct side. And where are you sending your stuff? Out to the right? So it would be going out this way. I'm just trying to think. They need to go mix with the copper. Interesting. Okay. Sure. You can say aiming out this way then. How's your problem, man? How full are you? Not full. That's what we like to see. 4130. That's why I took the coal out of it, actually. Although all this is backed up now anyway. Yeah, so let's just get these built then. These are for the iron pipes. Ooh, good call. I would have missed that. Totally would have missed that. Needs the regular steel pipe. Same clock speed though. Yep. Thank you. That was a great save. Cool. Thanks. Great time saver. Constructor steel pipe 10. Bonk. Clear. Night. Didn't actually check if this belt speed's right, but we can fix that. Okay. Something like that. That'd be... So we need 3 of these, right? Go further up. I guess make use of the space we have. I don't know why that's off. Oh, that used a half foundation, didn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Although it's not at the half mark. What's wrong with this? Maybe it just wasn't. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Alright, as long as this one's aligned out, that's all I care about. Did I build this the wrong way around? No, that's correct. Alright, 30 constructors. 3 blueprints, so just 2 connection points, so there. Okay, they're all basically ready to go. And then just the floor downstairs. I won't forget the outputs. I promise. How did you know he would come back? Or how did you know I'd come back? Is my dad promised me? What's the film? It did look backwards, I agree. I could have sworn the arrows said it was going the other direction. Apparently it was just some cruel joke. Alright, we are lined up. Good. Alright, we just plugged these in. Ooh, my back. People ask me if this chair is any good or not, and I think it really is. But I do get a sore back when I'm streaming, I notice, because I think I'm leaning forward into a microphone at a weird posture. Like I'm like trying to make sure that I'm speaking correctly. It is interstellar, yes. Both quotes were interstellar. We are lined up. I kind of want to call my dog, when I get a dog, Tars. I'm like, come on, Tars. And he could be like a little robot. Alright, let's hook these up. It just works. Apparently. Now, they seem like not very fast belts. So 19.5 times 15. It's 287. So we'll need a mark. Oh. See you later, Jacob. Don't go quiet on me now, guys. I'm actually reading my chat. I think that's probably why, actually, because it's easier to follow. Alright, cool. That's the steel pipe. Next up, stators. So I'll just send this into an awesome sync, I guess, temporarily to get things running again. Things probably would have backed up a bit. Be a temp, I think. Can I even fit all of this into... Yeah, I can. 287... What's that times 2? Remember to check out the storage room. Oh, yeah. I did say I wasn't going to do that on the stream, but I'll do it afterwards. I read my Discord. Oh, a bit too much, actually. I'm 74.5. Okay. What made you feel compelled to make a storage room in the first place? Alright, there we go. So, that should be 30. Well, it's 29. Hang on. What percentage are we at? 19.5. 19.5 times 30. 585 pipe. What we're making per minute. Coal should start flowing again now. Damn, I've missed a lot. Automating turbo motors. Nice. Well, we're almost. It's just such a struggle, but I'm almost there. We're at the last ingredient for turbo motors, basically, which is stators. And then we have to get the stators from here, the rotor and stator site, and bring them down to the electronics factory, where we're going to make electromagnetic control rods. Merge them, and then we can make electronic turbo motors, or whatever they're called. Oh no, sorry. We'll get motors. And then we'll have the final component of motors. We'll bring that somewhere. So basically, long story short, if I could just clarify my own thoughts there for a sec. Out of turbo motors, here's what we've got already. We have the cooling systems. We have the radio control units. We have the rubber. We don't have the motors. So I'm building a motor factory with a lot of extra stators. So we have some rotors, because I'm going to use the electric motor recipe. So it's electromagnetic control rods plus rotors. We've made 32 rotors per minute. That's done. That's here. Now we're in the process of making what we need for the electromagnetic control rods. The reason being, we have 140 AI limiters ready to go, and we have 52 high-speed connectors ready to go per minute. So we just need to feed stators in, and then we'll get the electromagnetic control rods. Now, I'm not looking for many, but I know that I'll need more later, because we also plan on using these to do nuclear. So we'll need them for uranium fuel rods. So yeah, so I just wanted to overproduce the amount of stators I need. So to make stators, you need steel pipe and wire. So here's the steel pipe setup. We have our steel going in. Steel pipe's now coming out. It'll take a little while just for the full manifold to get going. But looking okay so far. The copper, pure copper is here. And that needs to be mixed with water to make pure ingots, I think, to make a huge amount of wire. At least that's the plan. But I might not have the time now to do that. I think I have to do that tomorrow. The very last thing I'll do today, though, is just get these refueled automatically. So we'll build a drone port that brings that in. Might just build a drone port somewhere here. I don't think I'm going to do anything else here unless I did the stators here. Just really quickly, let's open up this. Yeah, we didn't even touch that yet. So we've now got iron. It's coming from 2 nodes, so I might just do 2 arrows. It's 877.5 divided by 2. 438.75. So that's what's coming out of both here. 438.75. Alright, so that's coming out of another iron thing. I'm mixing that with a coal thing that's doing the same. Coming in via truck though, but it's basically the same because it's 2 outputs from the truck station. And there is 2 coal nodes. Okay, and that's been mixed into steel. Been done in 20 foundries. And they're being clocked at 97.5. That's giving us the same number out, and it is giving us it on 2 belts actually, in a way. Going into steel pipe. And that's going into 30 constructors, but they have a clock speed as well, which I think is also 97.5. It is. And that's 585 is what we get out. Even. That's where we're at. So now we need to, I haven't done this bit yet, but yeah, we need to figure this out and get the wire made. The wire is going to combine with the stators. That'll make the, sorry, the wire is going to combine with the steel pipe to make the stators, and that'll be it for this place. Then it's just a matter of getting it over to the other factory. Damn, I really thought we'd get turbo motors done today, but I guess I waffled on too much. Also, I was a bit late to the stream. It's 10 p.m. now, so I really do have to go get my dinner. Otherwise, it'll just knock on into the next day and the next day. It was fun, though. I'm really enjoying these streams. I really like them. It feels like we're making actually, like, I'm constantly, like, well, I know I go off on tangents, but the amount of buildings we're getting done per stream is actually really good. But I say that, all we've done today is what you see in front of you, I guess. That's a good amount of machines, I suppose. Oh yeah, I was like, did I never hook up the water? How is any of this possible? But I forgot, we did the water over there. Yeah, so what's going to happen for the copper, we'll have to have a bigger water pipeline going somewhere to go into refineries. Either up to here, or we could bring the copper down there. One or the other. And we have a truck going up and down to the coal node. That seems to be working fine. It goes through here. So I'll just do the drone port really quickly. Or try to. The one that I just did recently, if we copy how that is laid out, it'll look good. Yeah, fuel for the truck, I know. I'm going to copy the one we just did. I actually made it in the thumbnail. Or put it in the thumbnail. This one here. If I want to do that, it needs to be one on top of the other, but one further back. So one is the drone port. Although, is that the case? Yeah, because the drone... I can't remember, actually. Let me just see. I'll put one down, just see what happens. Let's just feed out this area here. I'm just wondering, like, do I need to refuel that drone? No, right? I think it gets refueled at where it picks up the biofuel. I think. So it shouldn't need to, but maybe it does. You have turbo fuel at the biofuel plant for its own refueling, so you only need one here. Yeah. Why is it then, can you remember that I always thought we need two? Like in that thumbnail, why do I have two there? Turbo fuel is coming out of this one and feeding into this. I can't remember what it's flying, what it's even doing. I don't know. But... you're right, I don't feel like we would need another one, so... I think I just have to give it fuel initially to go off, don't I? Go on its little journey. Portable miner, oh my god. I hate having to handcraft SAM fluctuators. You gotta do it for so long as well. I still have to do it in this where I am in this game. How do I name the drone? This is something I asked in the previous episode or stream, and I still don't remember how you do that. I've definitely done it. Port name, drone status. Don't know. What mod is it you're using in the game? The layout one. I'm not using any mods. If you're asking this thing, this isn't a mod. This is just a program called Milanote. M-I-L-A-N-O-T-E. Drone is named by the port, I think. That could be the case. Where are my drones? I want to see them flying for a second. So these are the drone ports. Vehicles, they're tractors, drones down here. Okay. Oh yeah, but one of them's just called drone. Maybe I didn't give that port a name. I thought I named all my ports. They all have names. I don't know. Drone port 24. Oh, right. It doesn't have a name then. Wait, this is just where I am right now. No. There's ones up here that didn't have names before. I remember because I saw them flying around and I was like, oh. Oh, but then I must have named the port and it got it. Okay. Alright, you're right then. Never mind. Me being stupid. Right, so this is the stator factory. It's collecting... Its drone is going to go off and collect biofuel. Plan, anyway. That's not quite the biofuel color. Can we get a darker green, please? Cool. Sure. Good enough. Right. Right, so this is going to be the stator biofuel import. This port is going to go to... Can't remember. It has to go to the biofuel area. What's that called? Turbofuel export. LBF? Is there an LBF? Liquid biofuel? LB? Liquid biofuel? Turbofuel import? Export. Liquid biofuel. There we go. That's it. Right. Because we're calling it from here. That works, right? You don't have to do anything else then. I think. So now I just give it the fuel. And this should return with biofuel now. I think that's the way it goes. Okay. Wish I could hop on it and just follow its journey, you know? Godspeed. It's going all the way to the very south of the map. Don't go through the cliff. Don't do it. Good boy. Watch out for that crash site. Alright. Martin, thank you so much, man. He says, just finished yesterday's stream. Dropping in to say hi before jumping back to the start of this one. Hope you're having a good stream. I am, yeah, it's been good. I think so, anyway. Should give you guys, let you guys rate it at the end or something. 1, 2, 4. One, two, three, four. Ah. All right. Damn. How can I avoid that? Well, the weird but small way of avoiding it would be like this, I guess. It's fine. Okay. There we go. Anyway, that should be biofuel filled into both of these things. I think. We just have to wait for that drone to come back. Currently fetching. should be all the way down here. Doesn't have a name yet. I think that's because it's just a delay on it. I'm sure it's that one though. Cool. Watching the drones move around. How's this doing? Yeah, it's constantly pumping stuff out. We'll see what that's like when it gets here. We could check over just a few things before I wrap up now. I'm sorry if I missed anything. For me, it's been hit or miss whether the game names a drone with the port name or not. I think maybe on reload it must do it because as well, for sure, because obviously they all have names now. But I must have raised this question like just like now when it's like, oh, it's not naming it. Like, why? It's crazy how much the game slowed down as we got finished with tier 8. Like the amount of stuff you need for a turbo motor. And like, it's like, oh, you need a fused frame. And then fused frames. It's like, oh, you need that. And cooling systems. Like, geez, man, these things take so long. And we've been just doing them in small quantities. It's like, holy crap. In the video series, I want to do it properly with good amounts. Just to feel more complete. It's going to take so long. I get you. Will a station put out 1560 if you put 2 Mark 5 belts out? Yeah. Why wouldn't it? As long as you're feeding it in 1560. But it's 2 outputs, so in theory you could send out 2,400 per minute. 2 outputs, you put on 2 1200 belts. You'll drain that sucker. Same with the storage container. You had concrete in there, let's say. That'd be 48 times 500. So it'd be 24,000. Divided by 2400, it would take you 10 minutes still to drain it all. Even with the fastest 2 belts coming out. Just waiting for this guy to get back. Oh, it's on its way. I'm gonna come over the mountain. Oh, there it is. Nailed it. What do you got? 900 biofuel is what we like to see. Life would have been so much easier if these guys took... So it says 27 fuel now. That's the thing that worries me. But I'm pretty sure its journey is going to be based on getting fuel from the other place now. I think. Right? It obviously took a batch for the first run. If I take that out, you should still be able to fly. I think that's how it works. Because if not, then it does need the other drone port. Yeah, it's taken off. It seems like it's okay. Because it's round trip, isn't it? Doesn't show you how much fuel's in it. Calculates the burn before it makes the trip. See you later. But this will fill up. And once it does, once this stays full, it won't even take off because it realizes, oh, I don't need to. It'll only take off once this loses 1 or 2 stacks. And then it goes, oh, better go get more. Which is pretty cool. Drones are pretty cool. That'll keep our truck going. It didn't already conk out, did it? I haven't been filling it in a while. Let's just go for a little drive, and then we'll just check this factory's running okay, and then that'll be it. Can the truck keep up? You might need multiple trucks. I've got 2 Mark 4 belts coming out of there, not 2 Mark 5. So my truck can keep up at the moment. But if you wanted to, yeah, get 2400 out of a truck station, you would just need a constant influx of trucks coming in there. That's got loads of power, or fuel. I mean, yeah, at a certain point it starts to become like probably impractical. It's like the transfer rate of the truck. I mean, the transfer rate of a truck is higher than any belt. So in theory, you can always keep up, but the distances that get involved start to not make any sense. Like if you have to travel a far distance to get that much, you would need so many trucks constantly rotating around. And like a fleet of trucks going back and forth. But yeah, you could do it. It's no different really than a train. And the good thing, as opposed to a train, would be that the inputs and outputs would never stop. You can get the max, you can get, with a truck station, 2,400 per minute coming out of it. You can do that. You can't do that with a train unless you've multiple carriages. Because the train stops for a certain amount of time while it does its loading and unloading. So you always lose about 10% of the belt speed. If you just know that beforehand, it's not a problem. But you can never have 780 and 780 going into a train, into a freight platform. That's what it's capable of taking in, but it can't ever get that out. Which is why I'm part of the Truck Master Race gang. My game just crashed. I was so close to just saving it anyway. I don't know when it last autosaved. Not that far back, but I think it autosaved last when I was driving the truck route. Buffer them and you can. No, you can't. Buffers don't fix that problem. Think about it. Whatever the max belt speed is that you're working with at that time. Okay? Let's just say it's 780. Yeah? You've got 2 belts of 780 rolling into a truck station. So you're now sending in train station. You're sending in 1,560. And that's what your target is. Your target's 1,560. Yeah, it did. I'll have to do that on my own then. I'm not doing it again now. Pretty rare to have a crash. Anyway, you've got 1560 going into a train station. 1560, but that's your target. Your target was 1560. 2 full belts of 780, or whatever the full belt is. It doesn't matter. But let's say it's 780. So we'll say that let's just pretend this is a train station. Do it over here. That's our train station, okay? Because I don't have trains unlocked in this world at the moment. And here's your buffer. And whatever. Let's just say, just for illustrative purposes, that's your source. Hold on this? I don't have a miner. Oh my. Alright, so game is testing me today, man. Let's get out of the way. Stop protecting your resources. Bag. Right, here we are on our best belt. That's going into both points we have to pretend, right? So okay, so we're sending in, 780 and 780 from our multiple miners. Let's pretend, right? We're sending in 780, 780. Going into our buffer. And then we're sending that into a train station. 780, 780. Everything's great. Everything's running just as we want. We're getting 1560 per minute. Life is good. Train pulls up. Choo-choo. I'm pulling up. I'm loading. Oh, no. So what happens? This stops and this stops. So suddenly, maybe about 20 seconds pass by. So what's happening, right? The buffer is filling. Great. We're filling up with all the material that we wanted. It's a buffer. It's going to be great. Train pulls off. Our 780 rolls back out. And 780 rolls back in. See the problem? It's still just 780 per minute. Because that's our max belt speed. The only way we could empty that buffer is if we could pull out more than 780 per minute. That's the only way. The solution to this is to never, with a train, use the maximum throughput of a belt. Can't. Because the trains are always going to stop your belt. So really, if you've got something like 780, you should be sending in 700 and 700. And whatever your total is, let's say it was 1560, just split that between two freight platforms, and then you're fine. No problem then. And the buffers work just fine then. Because you're able to deliver more than what's going in. But I'm just specifically, very weird use case, but I'm specifically saying that if you've got your max belt speed, you cannot just send it straight in like that. You just can't. You have to divide it between two slots or divide it between two trains. Or not trains, but freight platforms. Because I made the mistake a long time ago, not realizing this. And I was planning what I was calling a hyperforge. So I had 10 train cars. 10 train freight platforms, so 20 inputs, and each one was doing 780. That's what it was spec'd for. And I built the whole flipping thing, most of it anyway, actually, before I realized, actually, when a train pulls up here, all of these belts stop, and the buffer can't get out what went in any faster than the max belt. And it was my fault. I shouldn't have built them like that. But I was too used to trucks. When a truck actually pulls up to a station, the belts don't stop, so you can just send in your max belts. No issue. You can divide it between multiple if you wanted. I did that in my copper Caterium factory. But with the train, you have to. That's the difference. Need more city skylines, please. Yeah, it's not happening. Not anytime soon, anyway. I'd love to, but I just don't have the time. Anyways, hopefully that explains that. I know it's a weird problem, but it's just, if you didn't know that, and it's your first time playing the game, you might make that mistake. So it's just a little lesson that, hey, because these things stop, if you're building to the max belt speed, because let's say you're trying to get the most out of ore, like an iron ore deposit, it's like, oh, I'm getting 480 per minute out of here. And I'm getting 480 per minute out of another one. I'm sending both into the same thing. It's like, you can't do that. You gotta send them out separately into their own things and split them. And that'll work better. Any Manor Lords news? Nothing that I can reveal. Just we're working hard. The guys are working hard, especially. I haven't been doing that much lately. But new designers on board. Working on some really cool stuff. I've been working with them a little bit. Just a little bit. And yeah, we're figuring out kind of cool progression stuff. So yeah, more stuff is on the way. There's no secrets. Greg is really forthcoming with what's coming up. You know, like, he puts out those votes for what people want to see next, and after the last patch, that was a big rework to market stuff. So less reworks are happening now. That was kind of more foundational, re-foundational, so that we have plans for things that we wanted to build on top of it. And it was like, the things that we wanted to add necessitated a market rework and a few other of the smaller reworks that have currently happened. So from now forward, it will feel a lot more like new content is arriving rather than changes to existing things. And while the changes to existing things have been good, I think they've made the game better. It's less exciting to say like, hey, now the market redistributes things differently. It's like, well, next stuff that's coming up is like, now you'll have some new buildings, some new ways to progress and things like that. So that should be more noticeable, I think. And also, oh yeah, I can't say, but let's just say the AI, like, he's working on getting the AI cities up and running. Like, things are cooking, you know. They'll be arriving for sure. And he's mentioned that, so I think that's okay to say. Because obviously the big desire is like, we want AI building on the map properly, you know. And Greg's awesome. He's hiring up for like people specifically for AI, and he's already got a lot of it running himself. So it's pretty cool to see him do all that. So no concrete news. I don't know when any of it's happening, but it's being worked on. So there's lots of he's spinning lots of plates. I'm doing very little these days, actually, but I'm hoping that when things settle for me now after the holidays, and now that this house thing is kind of somewhat resolved, I'm waiting on other people now, I can get back to work a bit more on it. Any spoilers for the desert this weekend? No spoilers. I have to record the episode. I've just been planning it. I know the plan. The only spoiler I can give you really quickly in my Discord that I've already talked about would be... It's not new if you were here on the last stream, but this is the different looking pipeline, or the upgraded version. So this is a giant oil pipeline that's going to run across the desert, and the idea is that eventually it'll look like this, all of these nodes are going to be captured and sent along the pipeline into the desert, into a big distribution center, and that's going to then designate where it goes, because it will change over time. In the beginning of the game, it'll be going into fuel, plastic, and rubber, but we'll chop off that fuel once we unlock things like diluted fuel. We'll activate 2 new oil nodes, and we'll then redistribute the other extra oil back down into a new diluted fuel facility or a rocket fuel facility and stuff. That's the plan. That's what I'm going to be laying the foundations for in that next video. Building the beginnings of the pipeline, capturing the first 3 nodes, but having the pipeline in place now with the 6 pipes in it, because this all combined is actually only 6 pipes, all you need. So yeah, that's the plan. Yeah, I think it's 3,450 oil, so it's not all going to be getting that in the next episode. We're just going to get these 3. That's it. By the way, this is missing some of the nodes, because it's actually missing the pure nodes that are here. Which makes me think, I wondered, am I missing out something? I might be. Anyway, we'll see. Right, that's going to be it. Thank you very much for watching. I'll be back at the next Satisfactory stream will be Wednesday and Thursday. I'm not going away anywhere, so it should be on time. No more trips planned, at least for now, so that means hopefully regular video scheduling. I don't know when Anno's coming back. People keep asking, and I don't know when City Skylines is back. I don't know. If I knew, I would tell people. I just don't know. I'm trying to just get one thing going reliably, and then I can pile more onto it. So yeah. All right, and thank you, Mendicant, by the way, and thanks for all the super chats yesterday and today. You guys are very generous, especially since I'm so irregular with my timing. Great stream. I'm on my way to LAX finally. Nice. Have a safe flight. Hopefully it goes okay. All right, that's it. Good night. Goodbye. I haven't done the credits, so I don't want to show the credit screens, the old credits, so I'll get that up and running next week as well. So I'll see you then. All right, bye-bye.